Okay, Jen.
Problems are not specific, but they take specific forms, and these specific shapes make up the world. And no one understands the nature of his problem. If he did, it would be there no more for him to see. Its very nature is that it is not. And thus, while he perceives it, he cannot perceive it as it is. But healing is apparent in specific instances and generalizes to include them all. This is because they really are the same despite their different forms. All learning aims at transfer, which becomes complete within two situations that are seen as one, for only common elements are there. Yet this can only be attained by one who does not see the differences you see. The total transfer of your learning is not made by you, but that it has been made in spite of all the differences you see convinces you they could not be real. There's that 2 lessons in the workbook. Let me perceive my problem, the problem as it is.
Yes,
Is
that's
that what it
it.
is?
Yeah.
And let me perceive my problem has been solved.
Yes.
So there's only one problem, separation. There's only one solution, forgiveness.
But we see all these forms, specific forms.
Yeah.
And I like that, but its very nature is that it's not, you don't really have this problem. The separation is healed. But you do have these forms, and you're going to have to take each specific form to be corrected. And then I like to see the last sentence to say, no, these different things you thought, all these were different problems, rather than just reflecting the one, you're still in conflict about who you are, what your real identity is. It says, but that it has been made, this transfer of learning, in spite of all the differences you see, convinces you that these problems could not be real. They're not real. They all reflect still doubt about who we are. So, you have to walk through them, but at least they're all the same. Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Your healing will extend and will be brought to problems that you thought were not your own. And it will also be apparent that your many different problems will be solved as any one of them has been escaped. It cannot be their differences which made this possible, for learning does not jump from situations to their opposites and bring the same results. All healing must proceed in lawful manner, in accord with laws that have been properly perceived but never violated. Fear you not the way that you perceive them. You are wrong, but there is one within you who is right. Good. Glad there's somebody right. Okay, Rusty, let's go.
Paragraph 10, page 579. Leave then the transfer of your learning to the one who really understands its laws and who will guarantee that they remain unviolated and unlimited. Your part is merely to apply what he has taught you to yourself, and he will do the rest. And it is thus the power of your learning will prove to you by all the many different witnesses it finds. Your brother first among them will be seen. The thousands stand behind him, and beyond each one of them there are 1,000 more. Each one may seem to have a problem that is different from the rest, yet they are solved together. And their common answer shows the questions could not have been separate.
I'm seeing something interesting here in this section. And that is, he's saying it has to be specific, a specific problem, and it has to be you who's healed. So that whole idea of, well, if I get the concepts, that's all I have to do. He's saying that's not it. You got to apply this to that one brother that you're having a problem with. And then it will transfer, but it's like, yeah, you go from the abstract, getting the concept, to the specific problem, really apply it there, and then it'll generalize out to heal the rest. But you can't just get from the abstract to the whole
answer,
world
right.
without doing the work here.
That's, remember, in the miracle principle, he says we have to correct from the bottom up,
Yeah.
which would be the same as we see this problem is real. So obviously, this specific problem is real to us, even though in abstract terms, it's the same problem. It's always an identity problem.
Yeah.
But this is where we believe the identity problem, specifically in these terms. So I think that's exactly right. That's how I think of it is, okay, I've got a problem right here. What exactly am I thinking? How am I seeing that guilt is real and the truth isn't true? Because this specifically is teaching me this. Somehow I'm believing this witness.
Right.
This is really convincing me, even though I've got the whole concept abstractly about this down. I've got this specific here in my way. It's a block to the awareness. I'm believing this thing, and I need to have this specifically transferred to the, and changed so I can see that it is not an exception to the totality, right? That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's only because in our unconscious, I think we have experiences and beliefs that we have buried that we just believe in. Even though we have an understanding in a abstract, intellectual way that those beliefs aren't true. We believe them still in our unconscious. They're running our experience, or we wouldn't be running into these obstacles. We wouldn't run into these situations if we weren't actually believing this as well as that.
Right.
That's why that has to be brought together specifically. I think that's really important to understand, so you don't go, well, does that mean I don't know the theory? Or does that mean I don't believe the Course because now I'm specifically feeling distress in this situation? No, it means you had an unconscious belief that is running your life that you need to bring up now and be released, so you don't have to let that bring on another experience, even though conceptually you have it down.
Right.
Mother's innocent and he's a son of God. But right now, he deserves something other than a blessing. Really, this is just an understanding of the unconscious depth of our belief system.
Yeah.
We're bringing each up to be released so that we can clean out undo this little garbage den over here of beliefs that are interfering with our experience of the holy instant, the heaven that's here, that we're just holding on to because we're afraid to look at. But we're going to look at them because they're going to be cleaned up.